Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good evening, Texas. Good morning, Philippines. Welcome to PACCTX Connect. I'm your host, Aileen Ligutizan. I am the state president of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas with 5 regional chapters. And I'm also the CEO and the managing partner of Ligutizan Law Firm and Pinoy Law Group. Again, welcome to our monthly podcast here in the Chamber. We are live every first Wednesday of the month, 8 p.m. Central Time. That'll be Thursday in the Philippines, 9 a.m. I'm right. Yes, 9 a.m. in the Philippines. And we are broadcasting live, produced by Lawin Media Network. You can watch the live show on the YouTube channel of Lawin Media Network and Facebook page of Lawin Media Network, and also on all the Facebook pages of our chamber. So we have 6 Facebook accounts because we have one for the state and one for each region. All right, and tonight we are going to be joined by some of our representatives from different regions. They will be part of our discussion. So if you have any questions for them, feel free to post your comments, your questions, your feedback in the comment box there on your screen. I mean, if you're using Facebook, definitely in the comment section there. Of course, we want to thank all our lifetime members and corporate partners. Our corporate partners information or logos are being shown on the screen, the lower part of this of your screen. I also wanted to express my appreciation to all our board members and executive officers who are tirelessly and unselfishly dedicating their precious time to serving our members. So let's start this meaningful and powerful conversation tonight with our panelists, and I'm going to introduce them. And of course, we always have an interesting question in the beginning of the show. And actually, that's our way of knowing them more, because some of them already appeared in the show in the past episodes. So if you want to know more about them, tune in now. And if you're not following yet or subscribing to our Facebook page and YouTube channel, please do so you will be notified if we are having a live show. All right, so I don't want to wait any longer. I'd like to call in our guests for tonight, panelists for tonight. So I'm going to start with the region chair of Greater Houston Region. She is the owner of Nature L. If I said it right, come on in, Gemma. Join me here on the show. Gemma. Where's Gemma? There you go. Hi, Gemma.
Hi, Eileen. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. PACC Connect, Philippines, Singapore, all over the world. Good morning, good evening to everybody. Thank you for inviting us to be here. Thank you, Eileen.
Yes, of course. Gemma, thank you for joining us tonight. And now we're going to call in our next panelist, next guest. And he's representing our Greater San Antonio region. And he is a current board member of our Greater San Antonio region. And he is also the owner of E.R. Anderson and Associates. So let's call in Eric, of course, Eric Anderson. Hi, Eric.
Good evening. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm just really honored and humbled to be part of this, and just want to thank you for the invitation and look forward to the discussion we have tonight.
Awesome. Yes, I'm excited to know more about you, Eric. We're not having a meeting tonight, so.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so
Okay, well, let's bring in our representative from our fifth region, Greater Austin region. He was a past region chair of our Greater Austin region, and he's a current board member right now. And he owns, or he's the owner of J Aquino Enterprise. So there you go. There's already the name there. So come on, Jay, join us tonight.
Good evening and good morning, everybody. Pleasure to be here. I appreciate the invite. Excited to discuss a lot of things tonight about business.
All right, Jay, thank you for finding time to join us. It's Wednesday, it's not, it's the middle of the week. We're getting there, slowly getting there towards the 4th of July weekend, Well, we may have some more panelists will join us later, but for now we can start. Go ahead and let's learn more about you. So tonight we're going to play a game which is very common. I think it's very popular. And I believe we already played this game during season 1. So this is not new. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the two truths and a lie game. So, of course, you know what it means, how to play this game. You're going to tell me 2 true things about you and one that is entirely made up. So, do I start? Okay, let me start. Let's see. Like I always do it at the end, but since we're only 4, I'm gonna start this game now. Okay, so here are the things about me. I love gardening. It's my favorite pastime, and I don't care if. And I love actually planting from the seed. The seed itself, and I love to watch it grow. And because I love planting, I love vegetables definitely, and especially okra. Do you know what okra is? You have an idea what okra is? Yes, a slippery, like slimy kind of vegetable. And then here's another thing. So the third one is I learned how to swim when I was 6 years old, when I had no choice but to save myself from drowning, because everybody else was watching me drowning there, but no one wanted to help me, so that I will learn how to swim. And that's how I learned how to swim. All right. Okay. All right, Gemma, you go first. I don't know if I shared this with you already. So
whether which one is a lie?
Which one is a lie, Gemma?
The drowning.
The drowning. Okay. All right, Eric.
I was leaning the same way because the water was only ankle deep, right?
I did mention that. No, when I was 6 years old, that's what I mentioned. Jay.
I think it might be the okra. I don't think you like the slimy things.
Well, and the winner is Jay.
Oh, really?
I know. Yeah, so I always give it to my husband whenever there's okra in the pinakbet. I always give it to him. For some reason, I can't swallow it.
But the okra is collagen.
I know, right? And they said it's really good. And it's just that, but I learned how to swim that way, Eric.
Okay.
My father was watching me and I so hated it after that. But then I'm also thankful because I've learned how to swim. And that's actually his excuse when he said, well, because you need to learn how to swim. So anyway, but they're all of them were there. They were just watching.
What's funny is that for lunch today, we had shrimp and okra, and I was eating Filipino style. So I could just imagine how slimy it was very slimy. So, and I thought of you, and you're probably like, I probably can't deal with this.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And that's why I want it fried okra. I don't.
Yeah, they said also like fried, adobo okra, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, now enough about me. Let's call Gemma. Gemma.
Okay. I have natural skin bar because of the accident that I have on my skin 8 years ago. That's one. And I married a Norwegian. I met him in the Philippines. And three, I I love to eat seafood.
Feel like I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask Eric first. Eric, what do you think is a lie?
Well, I was wrong on the last one. Let me see if I can bat 1,000 on this. So let's go with the third one, that you love
The seafood.
that you love seafood.
Okay.
That's the lie.
What do you think so?
Well, because she discussed earlier about her married name and who she married, so that's why I didn't think that.
Giveaways.
So, and I don't know. I just felt in my gut that was the answer. I can't really pick myself.
Okay, how about Jay? How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I think it might be the seafood one. She's laughing about it and whatnot, so I'm gonna go ahead with seafood.
I feel like we all know Gemma so well that she didn't like seafood. Gemma?
No, I love seafood. That's all the time I eat seafood. So I can play a poker game.
Oh wow, wow. What is it then?
So I'm married to a Norwegian, but I met him in Singapore, not Manila.
Oh, that's the part of that. Okay.
Great question.
I just tweak a little bit of the lie.
Yeah,
Very good. That's
Very good.
clever.
cool.
Okay, now let's see. Eric, your turn.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard.
Let's see. I worked with the Queen of England and her staff. I used to rope cattle from horseback, and I also used to weigh over 300 pounds.
Wow. Okay, I'll ask Jay first.
I don't think you used to weigh 300 pounds. You I don't think you could even expand that much.
Okay.
Okay, well, Gemma, that's a good one.
And number one, you wait with a royal, what, in England?
The Queen of England and her staff.
Yeah, I choose that one.
You choose that one. Okay.
I'm not good at this.
Okay, well then, well, definitely I know you've been involved with horse, racing horse. Because I remember your story about that. I remember a little bit about the Queen of England, but I can't remember the entire story. But I feel like that's true. So I'm gonna go with what Jay said, that you didn't weigh 300 pounds before. Probably 240. Just kidding.
The 300-pound one is the lie.
Oh.
Yay!
Okay, so you do the horse and you serve. Wow.
I
that's
grew up
good.
on a family farm ranch in Derry in north central Oklahoma, and we had 15,000 acres and 5,000 head of beef and 200 head of cattle. And so I went to Oklahoma State University on a football scholarship.
That's awesome.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
So that's why I say the 300 pounds. But I didn't play. I was their head equipment manager under Jimmy Johnson, and I had a $16 million yearly budget. So, but I stopped using the steroids, and look what happened to me. I was not on steroids. I didn't want to.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, now Jay, it's your turn.
All right. I love that FIFA's going on right now. Soccer is my favorite sport. I used to be an electrical engineer, and my business was actually featured on Food Network. So, which is the lie?
Oh, wow.
Okay. What was
Let's
the
start with Eric.
what was the first one you said?
I love soccer, so I'm enjoying the FIFA and all that's going on right now.
Feels like all of them are true, right? Well, Jay.
Yeah.
Engineer. I think engineer is the one. It just, I don't know, it seems random to me. So I'm thinking it's
You
just
should have looked into his LinkedIn account. Gems?
I think the engineer kind of not. He doesn't look like an engineer. I'm married to an engineer, and I exposed a lot of engineer.
Like, this is hard. I'm like, I feel like I don't know Jay that well too, but because I know he's into marketing, so it's very much possible that he will be featured in the, in that Food Network show, right? The other one is, I'm Probably you're not that sporty. We're gonna go with soccer. I don't know.
All right.
Jay?
So the lie is I do not like soccer. So so everybody's talking about soccer. I'm just out of the loop. But no, I used to be an electrical engineer. Graduated from Cal Poly in California, and during the recession of I believe 2011, that's when I started a food truck business with my buddies, and then we got featured on Food Network, and we're on the show with Adam Richman, Man versus Food. So yeah, it's a crazy thing to under- to kind of just go from marketing to like engineering or vice versa. And my mom was really mad. My mom was like, "What are you doing? Starting a food truck?"
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do. Like, you
Yeah.
try and then, you
Yeah.
try to make it work. If it didn't, be flexible. Try another thing,
Right. Right.
Life is full of surprises anyway. You know what? We have one that just joined us, and I'd like to call our next our panelist who's going to join us. Perfect timing. He is a region chair of DFW. I believe that I played this game before with him during the first season, but hopefully he's going to tell me something new today. So come on in, Rob.
Oh, hi everyone. I hope you can hear me. How's the signal?
Good. Where are you right now?
Yeah, I just got to the home office. Just arrived. It's a photo finish. Sorry about that. Just made
It's
it.
okay. You're perfect timing. But I hope you heard what the other three, or all of us actually, shared. It was very interesting. No, Rob, we're playing the game Two Truths and a Lie. So since it's your turn now, you're gonna have to think about two things that are true about you and one that is a lie. I remember we played this game last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I
So
forgot
you
my
ready, or do you need
phone.
a little bit more time? Think about that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to keep you guys waiting, but I got to try. Okay, I'll say two truths and a lie. One of them was I have a pilot's license and I've flown before. Number two, I modeled for Rustans and I modeled for Rustans. And then um, the third one is that I've been to about 12 countries so far.
Okay, you know what? Because I played this game with you last year, I'm gonna let the other three do the guessing. So, let's start with Jay. Jay.
I'll go with you're not a model, bro.
Oh, you might be. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said, we'll wait for the other responses.
Yeah. Okay, so Gemma.
I think the flying one, the
Pilot. That he has a pilot license.
yeah.
Okay.
You can't fly a plane. You can fly a
Okay.
plane.
How about Eric?
Eric.
I thought about combining the flying and the model together, but I didn't think that would work.
Only
So
one, Eric.
I'm not sure he could fly as a modeling like in the air kind of thing. I'm just playing. I'm going with the model thing with Jay. I just can't picture that. But we'll see.
Okay. Should I say the
Yes.
answer?
Yes, go ahead.
I don't have a flying license. Yeah,
He is a model.
I used to be lighter. I didn't say how long ago that was, though.
Awesome. So you used to be
So
a
you did
model.
it, yeah.
Nice.
But you fly.
It's a one-time thing. It's not a
On a
regular
plane.
thing.
Okay. Well, let's see. We learned something new again this time, right? So, wow, that's very interesting. That's how you learn about people without directly asking them about themselves. Playing a game like this. So, now before we jump into a more serious conversation about business, and what do you do after launching your business? How do you grow it? We are gonna pause for a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to ask questions to our panelists. So if you have any questions, burning questions regarding the topic, feel free to post it, and we'll read it during the show, and we'll try to answer that. And we'll come back after this short break. And we are back here again, PACCTX Connect, our monthly podcast and live stream here. It's the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. And now we are going to answer the question about business. So our topic for tonight is Beyond the Launch. We're talking about strategies for long-term business success. And of course, all our guests here, our panelists, they are business owners. So we're going to learn a lot from them. We will discover strategies to sustain, grow, and strengthen your business. All right. So my first question to all of you first. I know that you all have your business. How long is your natural, Gemma? How long are you in the business?
It's going to 10 years.
10 years. Wow. How about you, Rob? Your angle marketing.
Yeah, angle marketing's about 7 years. I'm just pulling that out. Basically, but the services will be much longer than that.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes because we started business already without,
Yeah, because
we're testing the water first, right?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
All right. How about you, Jay? How long is your how long have you been operating your business?
Yeah, I operated my marketing business in 2016, but it all started from the food truck. So that was my testing grounds, and that was 2011. So, but business-wise, about 10 plus years on there.
Wow. And Eric?
This last June was 30 years. Basically started in 1995 didn't really know I was getting into it, but then in June of 1996 is when I officially opened the business. So it's been 30 years last month.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's the goal, right? And to also continue that golden anniversary, like 50 years, right? Okay, so this question then is perfect for all of you. And the question is, what were the biggest challenges? Because you launched your business a long time ago. What were the biggest challenges after your business launch? And how did you adapt your strategy to overcome them? All right, I'm going to start with Jem.
As a small business owner and in the wellness industry, my biggest challenge in the beginning and even after launching is to find a good team, a worker that would be loyal. So that's the biggest challenge. But how did I overcome that? By giving them more flexibility. Like I even give on call, like they would only come when they have a client, and they can have their own, like they can take care of the system. We have a square, and they can put their clients there by themselves. They can manage their time. So that's kind of a give and take. But most of the time, as we grown, the most important challenge is to consistently really keeping our client base, and at the same time with that brand awareness. So it's kind of two things. Yeah, it's hard to have a good worker, and at the same time, it's also not easy to keep a loyal client coming back. But then we come up with a solution of making sure membership, so they come in a monthly basis. So that's how we overcome those challenges, by have membership with a client, a monthly membership. So you know, they make an appointment before they leave, and at the same time giving my worker flexibility of their time, and more like giving them that power that they also own the business, they're part of the business. So that's kind of a win-win to both.
Okay, and this because it's based on the needs of your business,
Yes.
and I'd like that you are addressing the needs of the customers because they are your clients. How about Jay? Jay, what were the biggest challenges after you launched your
Yeah.
marketing business?
The biggest challenge was having so many clients at one time, and and everything was really just manual back then with social media marketing and whatnot. So I was just really, the biggest challenge was just kind of keeping up with that. But, one of the things to overcome that was one, using a virtual assistant to help
Mm-hmm.
business. And then also nowadays, really just using AI to free up some of the things that were really hard back then, like the creatives and whatnot. And then also another challenge I'd like to mention is just like imposter syndrome, right? Like, who am I to help, this business owner? But really, how to overcome that was just really getting results for a business owner. So doing the marketing for a business owner at like half price, and building the confidence and getting really real results for my clients was kind of like me overcoming imposter syndrome. So those are the two biggest ones, for my business.
Impulsive. Yeah, I think a lot of us, if not all of us, right, will go through that feeling that not enough, you're not doing enough, you're not good enough, all of that. So that's thank you for sharing that, Jay. Now I want to ask Eric, how about you? What were the biggest challenges after your business was launched long time ago, 30 years ago, and how did you adapt your strategy to overcome them?
Well, there's quite a bit goes through my mind on that question, but one of I mean, because God, my brain just went all over the place. When I set my vision, I had set my vision just Texas because I thought it was big enough. But then it became international and global. And so I learned that it's better to err on too big of a vision than too small of a vision. So I didn't set my vision high enough. And it learned that if you become stagnant, you didn't set your vision high enough. So set your vision higher. The lifelong learning, and I had to change one of the things I think as business owners and as people, this thinking I have today cannot be the same thinking I have next year to get to the next level. It has to continually grow and change. It can't stay the same. And it's lifelong learning. And I'm not talking book knowledge. I'm talking about internally. What do I need to change? What do I need to grow and develop to help my team and people be successful in life? What does that look like? And how do I do that? When I was averaging 180 to 200 airplane trips every year for over 20 years all over the world, and still have a team, and everybody officed out of their house, starting back in 1996, all my employees was officing out of their house. It was never a brick and mortar. And so that started in 1997, 98, when people started coming on board. And I looked for people that had the same conviction, that really wanted true change, not lip service, but not traditional ways that we're doing things in a lot of ways. And that's how it started with me. Even when I started the business, I changed what I was doing as a school teacher at a high school in San Antonio. And that my superintendent asked me to write the training because it was not traditional. and it's not what people think it is. It is a different system. It is a different process. And so some of the challenges were even the mindset of others, of them assuming they knew what it was. And so I asked the question, even to myself, I can't learn anything from something I think I already know. And those are challenges of like, I already know that. Well, okay, let's really take a look at it, right? So some of those were some of the biggest challenges. And I didn't go with rules. I set expectations. And it's a big difference.
Rules versus expectations.
And expectations from myself and expectations from my team, and not rules. And then they held me to live up to those expectations. And if I do it, guess what? So do they. And not be rule follow, but relationship focused and set expectations.
Wow. You know, I've learned about the difference between rules and expectations when I was also teaching. So I believe you learned that from your teaching career. You know, because students, they don't like rules.
Right.
They're okay with expectations. So I expect you to be actively engaged today. But the rule is pay attention, sit down, do your work, things like that, right? So it's another way of saying it, but there's a big difference.
And
the
the
one
heart,
is motivating. The other one is
and the heart behind it. The heart behind the expectation and the rule. I don't mind the rules, but what's the heart behind it?
yes. And you know, I believe if at some point you taught students, whatever age, or especially the younger ones, they usually misbehave if they don't understand what you're asking them to do, because they're like, why am I doing this? What is it for? So yeah, again, setting expectations. The same thing in business. And I agree with you, Eric. How about you, Gemma?
Me?
Oh, I already asked you.
Yeah, all right. I think it's
I'm going. Sorry.
Rob.
Okay, next. That will be Rob.
Yeah,
I was going the wrong way now.
Yes.
yeah. I think in a business, when you begin, it's like nobody knows you, and so you have something really exciting to offer, but how do you send the message out? And that's one of the bigger problems, especially if your business requires some amount of volume to break even. And so you go in and then explain the business, and then sometimes things like, let's say I did virtual assistants, I had to explain what it was. Once upon a time I was doing consulting supply chain, I had to explain what supply chain was. But and how do you cope, and how do you resolve that to be known? And it's really one of them would be, of course, Jay mentioned about social media and marketing. And the other thing I'd like to say is about networking. And I've seen the value of networking, and even my experience here in the chamber, where there's a lot of networking events, I had a big appreciation for it. It's like a box of chocolates, though, because you don't know what to expect when you go into a room, and you can have 20 people in there, but sometimes all you need is one to make a difference, to be the inflection point for your business. And that has happened to me. Sometimes from the least person you'd expect is going to bring you the biggest business. The other thing is I have to get to know who my clientele is, the demographic, the geographic. And so basically, if I go network, I have to see whether this would be closer to my market, if the purpose is to get business. Obviously, you also network to give business, and you also network to connect. But from the point of view of, let's say, setting my business by understanding who my clientele would be, then I can be more selective about which groups. But at the same time, you don't passively search, you don't wait, but you have to really seek out. Now that you have an idea, let's say who my market would be, then I have to sort of seek them out, do internet research, like social media, ask friends about it. Oh, perfect! This is my market. This is the right demographic. I'd like to meet these people, and that's where the box of chocolates come in again.
Well, thank you. I love that box of chocolate thing. Because I love chocolate. I will eat them all. I'm not going to choose one.
With okra.
Yeah, all of them. I'll eat them all. Thank you, Rob. Now, since Rob is the last speaker, so my next question is going to be for Rob, and I'd like to turn to one of the most important voices in any business. I'm talking about the customers. So, Rob, my question for you is, what role has customer feedback played in shaping your business decisions and long-term success?
Okay. Two things. Number one is obviously the long term. You're talking about the trust, the branding, the relationships. The first one would be obviously in quality. Customer feedbacks go back and say, okay, I like this, I don't like this, and then by getting that kind of feedback, it's very important because it's going to keep your team. If your team knows that you're actively seeking feedback, then they're very careful what they say, they do, and they become, as Eric said, more success oriented rather than rules oriented. Because at the end of the day, you got to make people happy. You got to get good feedback, and the second, and then also that also creates an opportunity because whenever we get feedback, good or bad, it's a wonderful opportunity because this customer or future customer or past customer made the effort to give feedback, and that you should appreciate that, and therefore it's an opportunity to get in touch with them and say, okay, here's the thank you for your feedback, and then we want to know more, and suddenly you can establish a relationship because they are interested in getting feedback from their feedback. The second one is obviously in terms of product design and service design, because sometimes go back and say, first I might be targeting, let's say, social media and so on for virtual assistants. Then I get feedback about, do you do legal law office services? Then eventually that got me thinking, and later I got a number of law offices that I've been working with. So therefore, the second part of customers' feedback is that they give you ideas that you're starting to realize, okay, maybe that might be a possibility. So now you can sort of adjust your product and service offering based on where the market is going. So I think those are the two things that really got me, that's been very valuable for me.
Yeah, so feedback, yes. And I like it when you said good or bad feedback, because that's an opportunity to improve, to grow. If you don't hear feedback, you'll think you're doing great. You're just fine. So there's not a lot of improvement there. But it's also not easy to leave a negative feedback, because think about it also. So I take it really seriously when they give me a feedback, because that may be something that I'm not seeing. They can, but of course, we want all good feedback to appear on our Google reviews, right? Because they use it a lot. Having feedback there. I mean, not feedback. Reviews. Because if I'm looking for a business, or let's say a product, I definitely will click on the reviews, even if it's just one or two or three. It helps. And if I see all good 5 feedback or reviews, I'm gonna try to look for one that is not good, and just to see, okay, what is this person saying about it? Maybe true or not, but really helps a lot. So now my next question is for Gemma. We're gonna talk about habits. So I think it's already here too. Yes. So Gemma, this is for you.
Mhm.
Which habits or systems have been most important in helping your business stay consistent and profitable over time? You have about 10-year-old business, right?
Right.
How are you doing it?
What is most important in the beauty industry, right, is really, I mean, in every business, is the relationship with your client. So I try to manage exceptional customer service. Like my clients become my friend, and then of course focus on how can you make them come back by making sure that the service that you provided, that they really, you wow them. So I think that's the very good habit for us, that we gain more client because they walk a talk for us. They become our model out there. People see how happy they are, how glowing their skin are, and then they would recommend the services that we have. So that's the very important for me, is building that relationship with my client. And that's, if I can only stretch that further, that's the main important thing. And also to deliver a very good service, like a la carte and customized to their needs. And of course, we also have a system, Square. I only use Square system, where
For
it's
payment, right? Is that
payment.
yeah?
Yes, it's all, it's the appointment, and also it will send them notification that their appointment is coming up. They can also reschedule there. They can text if they want to. They want us to change the timing. So that scheduling, and with client follow-ups at the same time, it's also very, very important, because then the client would feel so important if you follow up with them 24 hours later. How was the massage? How was the facial? How did you feel? And when would you like to come back? Stuff and things like that. So over time, with all this consistency of building relationship, focusing on clients retention, and it really makes my business profitable over time.
Yes, definitely routines or habits. If your customer, they already know what to do. They're it's like full service driving in full mode.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be there, supervising it, right? But there are also there are a lot of factors that could affect your business. Even if your business is profitable, there are challenges in the market,
Mm.
unexpected setbacks. This question is for Jay, because I want to know how did you build resilience in your business? Let's see if it's show. Yeah. How do you build resilience in your business during slow periods, market changes, or unexpected setbacks, like during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
And that's a perfect example. In marketing, most of my clients were restaurant clients. So a lot of them shut down during the pandemic. And the really big thing is really just to pivot, and how do you use your service or product and maybe shift it to another vertical. So that's how I kind of overcame that pandemic or whatnot. And believe it or not, when I did pivot into coaching and consulting online during that time, because everybody was at home, that was probably my best in business, is just really pivoting into coaching and consulting, and really just sharing my knowledge of the marketing and whatnot. And then also really during the slow time periods or setbacks, really just reaching out to people who are already doing well in that space. People love to share their success. A lot of people fear that, if you try to go to someone that's really successful, they're gonna shut you down. Not a lot of people are like that. If people actually would love to share what success looks like. So really reaching out to people to find out what the blueprint is. And then what also helped me was just surrounding myself with like-minded people, right? So keeping that positive mindset, hiring my own coaches and consultants to guide me through these slow times, because we don't have the answers all the time. But that's kind of how I personally got through the pandemic, and really just made marketing a really good space, in whether it's consulting or coaching. So yeah, that's how I overcame it.
Yeah, you find a way, right? Find a way
Right.
to make it work,
Yep.
and use what you have at that moment to make it work. Don't go looking for something that's hard to find and spend how many hours making it work, whereas you can already pivot. Yes, that's the term, being flexible. Thank you, Jay. And now, of course, my most important question has something to do with the internal management. Even in our chamber, we are composed of different people with different personalities. Your business, you have your even if you say it's a sole proprietor, you run your own business, but you still have a team of people, like for example helping you with marketing. There's also part of your team helping you with a lot of stuff, finding resources. They're still part of your team, even if they're not your employee, or even if they're um, independent contractor. My question is for Eric. I saved the best for Eric because it has something to do with the team. So here's a question for you, Eric. What has been the most effective way for you to strengthen your team, your company culture, or leadership over time? Perfect for a 30-year-old business owner. Go ahead, Eric.
I thought you were saying I was 30 years old.
No. Don't make us do the math, Eric. Don't make us do the math.
Let's do the math. But I think that's part of it, though, is having a little bit of sense of humor, too. And I agree with people who are saying on feedback. In fact, there's a quote that I use: the breakfast of champions is feedback. And so even, yes, learning from what people are doing that's working, but I also want to learn on what's not working, because it's that philosophy of it's almost just as important to learn what not to do than it is what to do. So even taking that feedback, I started with a core fundamental belief. Effective leadership begins with a fundamental belief. All people have unlimited potential that has been largely unrecognized and untapped. When discovered and accessed, this potential can lead them to greater levels of productivity than they ever imagined, causing them to feel better about themselves and enjoy life more. That is a very deep core belief I have in people, no matter what culture. I have a deep belief in people, and I don't give up on them. I don't quit on people. I support them in whatever avenue that looks like. And yes, as a company, this is what I teach in other companies and consulting all over the world, is putting in processes to build high-performing people and teams. A specific process that I put in my own company, I put it in the classroom, and now it's in corporate companies and all over the world, and some governments, Finland and some other places. I believe in setting those core values and core principles and being committed to it, and nothing's going to knock you off of it. When you have that, back to the vision, how do you know the rightness? How do you measure the rightness of your vision if it lines up with your core principles? Staying true to who and what the organization is about. I used an instrument actually to help hire people, and everybody in the company is on a growth plan in emotional intelligence. And the instrument is a C-level psychological profile that measures emotional intelligence. It's about 75 years old. It's had 60,000 dissertations done on it. It wasn't called emotional intelligence back when it was developed. I'll know if somebody's coachable or not. And I'll know what their achievement drive is. And I know if they're detailed in order or not. So if they're in operations or they're in accounts receivable, payable, I know if they're going to be detailed enough to follow those have those behaviors that are in line with that position. And the profile helps me align the person with the job. And if they are if it's a fit in their gift, then they're more successful in their job, more job satisfaction. And that impacts their family too. And that's the benefit of all this. It's an impact throughout the entire system. And it is a system design. It is system impact. And having people catch that vision and building that team with the same passion and the same drivenness towards that is, I think, very important in growing your team. Yes, we do a lot of team building activities. I have probably hundreds of those. We do, I should say. And I believe when it comes to leadership, a leader, a definition of it for me, is a person who can put their personal agenda or bias aside and embrace a greater agenda of service. And being able to live that out. Agenda and personal biases are gone. for the bigger picture. And what is that bigger picture in people's lives? And keeping that focus. Yes, relationship driven. Yes, how do I build that relationship? How do I know I have the relationship? Did I ask them? Finding out a lot of questions and continually challenge my people and myself to get to the next level. Like I said, my thinking today cannot be the same thinking I have next week. I got to change.
It's not the same thing. No. How are you? Same.
Same. Well, that's called stagnation. Okay. And that's not what we're about. And
in Filipino, how are you? They said, gaya pa din ng dati. Pareho pa din. Same. We shouldn't be saying that. That's what Eric is trying to say.
Yeah. So we just can continue. Then we have accountability processes on their growth plans and mentors and partners and continually growing them. And it includes their family. Their kids are involved in the team building. Their kids are involved in the leadership development curriculum I have that's kindergarten through 12th grade. And so there's a lot to it. And when it comes to leadership also, we can talk about the action part, what the person does, what the leader does, the action part, right? I want to know who the leader is.
Actually, Eric, that will be part of our team building. So you're giving us a sneak preview of what's going to happen during our team building, guys. Be excited about it. There's a lot to learn. I wish we have like the whole period. Maybe next time we'll let Eric have, more time talk about it. I believe this is a good topic because this is not just for business, but also for our chamber. So that's why I invited Eric to lead our team building. So be excited about that. Now, we have some comments on from our live viewers we have here. Let's just put them on there. So Jean Carangal, what is the best way to handle a negative review? Let's ask Jay.
Acknowledge that whatever was happening, and really, if whatever space you're in, try to make it better. And whether it's say restaurant, come in, complimentary, whatever, come back in. We want to make it right, kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's probably the best way. And with the negative feedback and whatnot that Rob was talking about earlier, that is also market research too, right? So understanding that whatever that pain point was, that you can actually kind of help your own business be better. So that's how I think I would do that.
All right. Well, thank you, Jay, for sharing that. Yes, we need to know how to handle negative feedback. Don't fight. Don't say another negative thing. Do the right thing because that person's not doing the right thing. So you have to show them that you're better than whatever they're saying, and that's not you. Okay, we'll take a very short break. When we come back, I'll ask them their 3 most powerful words. No, not yet. Let us promote the events in your region quickly because we're running out of time, and then we're gonna close. So I'll see you in a bit. And we are back here at PACCTX Connect, the Mali podcast of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. So now, actually, Jay, there's a feedback or comment from Jean. Great answer, Jay. Thanks for sharing. And of course, also, Jean said that he has some good words for Eric. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Eric, for representing Greater San Antonio. So what's going on now in Region 1, Greater Dallas-Fort Worth? Rob. Rob, you are muted. Make sure to unmute.
Sorry about that.
There you
Okay,
go.
I'm not in. Okay. Yeah, a couple of things. Number one is that in 2 weeks, and we just make the announcements. We'll do redo the restaurant tour we did, where we visited multiple Philippine American restaurants in a day, and sort of highlight and featured and spotlighted each one of them, and then go to the next one. And that is really to put the spotlight on them and let people know that they're there, let everyone know, and what's special about those places. And then the third thing as well is to encourage those who are still not in the restaurant business, who might have the connection, they might have a food truck, they might be catering, to really see and get to know the owners, so that they might get coaching, advice, or get feedback. And the reason for that, Dallas Fort Worth has per capita half as many Filipino American restaurants as Houston, and one third as many as San Antonio per capita. Considering so therefore I see it's underserved from a Filipino food hospitality point of view. The second is our mixer. The last Friday of this month will also be a tribute to Filipino American authors. There are a number of Filipino American authors, DFW, who have written books. So the idea is to bring them in, to recognize them, and then the second one is to do a little bit, for those who can have books, to have book signing, and then the same time to get to basically, to not just to recognize them, encourage, but also encourage those Filipino American, because we do have, each culture would have a different point of view, and when we write a book, that point of view is going to be encapsulated, expressed, and that lens will be in those books. We want to encourage more, so we want to, by making them aware that quite a number of authors who are in there, then we can encourage others to write. And they can, by meeting the authors, some could be self-published. Therefore, how can you self-publish? So that would be the next one. That's going to be the last Friday of this month. It's going to be a mixer. And then in September, I just have to say this. It's a couple of months away. September 10th is our Nexus. It's our business conference event. And it's going to be 8 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. It's going to be in Dallas College, but we'll be sending out more information about that. And our emphasis will be AI, especially from business, but there will be an academic bent in what we'll be presenting as well. So look forward to seeing you there. We'll be sending out more announcements.
Yes, please post them on your Facebook, or the Chamber's Facebook, so we all can see it. Now, how about Gemma? What's going on in GHR, Greater Houston?
This is July 1st. This July we have a summer biz mix, is a networking event, and also recognition of our new members on July 18. That will be in Spring Hill Suites Marriott, one of our corporate member. And then on July 31st, this is exclusive gathering, dinner appreciation for our corporate members here in Greater Houston region, with the board. So we're excited of this. And then there would be, we are formulating a Pickleball social in August, and sport tournament maybe in October or November. So we take one step at a time here in Houston.
Of course. Thank you, Gemma. And Eric, what about in San Antonio?
In San Antonio, we've got some exciting things happening. On the July 31st, we're going to do a movie night, and it's going to be dress to impress, like red carpet. We're going to be watching Between the Chopsticks, and everybody's invited.
Nice.
We'll have hors d'oeuvres and refreshments, and just good times to visit with each other and have some fun and enjoy the time. So we hope that people can enjoy that time on July 31st at 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when that starts. $25 a person, and again, it includes the hors d'oeuvres. We also have coming up in July some other events. We'll have our insurance workshop. We're going to have a ribbon cutting instead of 10:30 a.m. That's actually going to be 2 p.m. because of, I think, the state meeting. So that's why that time has been changed. We're going to do the Building Champions, how to start and run a small business. I actually am the one that I'm the one that puts those on every other Saturday for the whole year. And that can be statewide also on starting your business, taxes, etc. On July 11th, another Building Champions and starting running a small business. And we're just going to continue that series. 15th, monthly networking, the Filipino-American Friendship at the Pan House. That's a new business that just came on board with us. It just opened, and it's a great place to, again, go to and network and fellowship, and a good place to just go sit and relax. And then July 31st, Between the Chopsticks, as I mentioned before, we're having a great movie night. And so we're looking forward to inviting a bunch of people to that in the San Antonio, maybe Austin and Houston area, and Dallas, McAllen. If they want to make the drive, we'd love to have you all.
All right, thank you. I was thinking about chopstick and movies, so chopstick and popcorn. That's a good thing. That's a good way to practice it. How about Jay? What's going on in Greater Austin?
Yeah, in Austin, we have North Austin Blend, which is a networking event where we just meet up for coffee and learn about each other's business. And that's happening on July 10th in Round Rock, Texas. So that's up north. And in July 23rd, we have a banking and finance workshop, if you guys can make it out to that. And then on July 25th, there's a South Austin meetup. So a great time to just really meet business owners around here in Austin, and really just to connect and possibly be a part of the chamber. So come on out.
That's right. Awesome. And here's a flyer that we want to share. Eric, you want to talk about this quickly?
Yeah, this is Joyce from Austin is putting this together, and it's kind of a collaborative thing. They're going to meet in Los Angeles, South Bay area. We're partnering up with quite a few organizations and so forth, and it's the International Asian American Business Expo. And if the people want to go to California for that one and be more international and get to know people, that's going to be August 7th through the 8th in Redondo Beach, California. Again, August 7th through the 8th of 2026. And as you see on the flyer, there's a barcode there or a QR code there to register and enjoy some time with international businesses.
Yes, and this is a good excuse to get out of Texas.
Especially when it's hot.
Yes. And of course, we want to invite everybody to the annual conference 2026 of National AIDS. It's happening here in Houston, September 18 at the Westin Gallery. If you want to know more about it, send us a message and we'll share information with you. You want to attend the event? Let us know. You want to sponsor the event? Let us know. All right. So now I know you extended a little bit because really, I told you there's a lot of things we want to talk about. Just don't have that time to talk about them in one episode. So before we leave, I'll ask you leave them three powerful words to remember. Let's start with Rob.
Businesses go, grow, and glow.
All right, Gemma.
Grow and glow.
Yes, that's an easy one.
Oh,
Gemma.
pray, believe, and be grateful.
All right. And Jay?
I'd say care, integrity, and growth.
All right. And Eric?
Conviction, purpose, and relationships.
All right. Thank you. This concludes another powerful episode of PACCTX Connect, live streaming podcast from the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce of Texas. Thank you to our viewers, supporters, and members. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media, and stay tuned for more conversations that empower and inspire entrepreneurship. We'll see you next month, first Wednesday of the month, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until next time, keep building, keep rising, and keep thriving. See you next month. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you.